This week in East Brunswick, the library was graced with music and song in a touch of spring, featuring the Rutgers Chinese Chorus and the East Brunswick Chinese School. Later, Wayne Lyons and Bill Peck of the East Brunswick Independent Fire Company announced their drive for new members. Mary Tanascio of the Township's Consumer Affairs Department discusses dangers for your child. And our coverage of the Township Council meeting includes citizen concerns over the recent property reevaluation. Spring came early to the library last Sunday with A Touch of Spring, a presentation of the Rutgers Chinese Chorus and the East Brunswick Chinese School. The event was part of a year-long Area Heritage Festival and was sponsored by the East Brunswick Arts Commission and the Friends and Neighbors Council. The afternoon featured children's and adults' choruses as well as solo performances. Here, Chen Kuo Wei performs a solo on Chinese piccolo. Soon, many township residents will be receiving a mailing from the East Brunswick Independent Fire Company asking for new recruits. We visited Bill Peck and Wayne Lyons at the Dunham's Corner Firehouse to get further information about their volunteer drive.
Hello, my name is Wayne Lyons. I am here today with Bill Peck, who is the chairman of the Board of Fire Commissioners for District 2. I am the chief of the East Brunswick Independent Fire Company, and we are here today to appeal to you for our 1983 membership drive. The township is divided into 3 fire companies that service the township of East Brunswick, one being the Old Bridge Volunteer Fire Company, located down in main headquarters on Pine Street. The other, the Old Bridge Brookview Volunteer Fire Company, located on Riva Avenue, and of course the East Brunswick Independent Fire Company, which has 3 firehouses located throughout the township. The East Brunswick Independent Fire Company covers the area of Fern Road south to Cranberry Road. Then we head to a northern direction. Imaginary line goes from Cranberry Road right across to Racetrack Road to Old Bridge Turnpike. Then through a northern line to the New Brunswick border, and of course back. We cover this area with 3 firehouses. One located on Ruth Street, which is the Lawrence Brook Station. The other that we are at today, the Dunham's Corner Station, and our main fire headquarters at Willow Street.
Within the next few days, the residents in the area served by the Independent Fire Company will be receiving an appeal. And the appeal is to provide additional manpower for the Independent Fire Company. As Chief Lyons has pointed out, we have 3 stations. We do have adequate manpower at this point to provide adequate protection. However, because of changing in working shifts, because of people moving away from our area, from time to time we need to increase the strength of our manpower. So this is an appeal for anyone who meets the requirements between the ages of 18 and 45 to please make a determined effort to contact us, mail the request in or telephone the number that's on the appeal, and please try to join our fire protection.
This is engine 801, which is stationed at the Dunham's Corner Fire Station. It is a 1,250 gallon a minute stuff-in pumper. The heart of the fire truck is its pump panel. We have 2 other first-line pumpers, one stationed at the Lawrence Brook Firehouse. It's a twin to this one. Also, we have a first-line pumper at the Willow Street Station, along with a reserve 1,000 gallon a minute pumper. Also at the Willow Street Station, we have a 75-foot aerial platform, a mini attack pumper. All new members are qualified eventually on the operation of the pump panel and the fire trucks by all state, local, and county fire schools.
The Independent Fire Company was organized back in 1938 at a single station on Willow Street. As the area that was protected by the fire company grew, it was necessary to build a new fire station in the Lawrence Brook area. That was dedicated in 1966. And as the area continued to grow, the station, Dunham's Corner Station, which we are now, was dedicated in 1973. In 1988, we'll be celebrating our 50th anniversary. During all of these years of operation, the Independent Fire Company has been manned by volunteers. And it is our sincere hope that you will answer our urgent appeal at this time for additional members. Please help us to provide the protection necessary to the area that we serve.
Good evening and welcome to Consumer Aware. I'm Mary Tenaccio, and this evening I would like to discuss with you the subject of safety alert. I don't know whether you all realize it or not, but the Consumer Product Safety Commission alerts our office and many other consumer offices when they have a hazardous product. Tonight, what I would like to do is disperse this information to you. The first one that I will address is referred to as the Jericho Baby Back Carrier. This carrier has a potential hinge safety problem. They are called Jerry carriers and Pack-A-Poos. The ones that are on recall were manufactured between March 1979 and February 1981. The retailers that sold these backpacks were Kmart, Wilco, Toys R Us, and Sears. The hazard that they are concerned about is finger entrapment. In other words, the baby's fingers could get pinched, cut, or completely severed. To identify this product, if you have one, you locate the plastic brace on the bottom of the carrier. There are numbers on the right side of this brace. The first number is the last digit of the year it was manufactured. However, if you do have problems, or if you do have one of these carriers, we have toll-free numbers. Our office would be more than happy to help you. So just call the consumer office, and we in turn will contact the manufacturer for you. Also, what I would like to discuss are hazardous toys. We have been alerted on 4 hazardous squeeze toys. They are the Walt Disney production, and this is stamped on the back. They have Mickey Mouse heads and Donald Duck heads. They have handles that are anywhere from 5.5 to 7 inches long. These toys are made of soft plastic and are packaged under the brand name Safeguard. The handles of these toys are small enough to lodge in the throat and block the airway of the baby. Although this particular toy has not been involved in an accident, they are similar enough to others that have caused deaths in infants. The Consumer Product Safety Commission urges any parent that feels that this toy is in their home to remove it and discard it immediately. Anytime we have other future safety alerts from the Consumer Product Safety Commission, we will bring it to you immediately. Thank you so much for tuning into Consumer Aware this evening. And if you want to contact us, we are in the municipal building every day, Monday through Friday, from 9 until 1 p.m. You can reach us also by calling direct 390-6954. Thank you for tuning in, and see you again next week.
The major topic of discussion at this week's Township Council meeting was the revaluation of property in East Brunswick. Residents raised a variety of questions concerning the accuracy of the values which their homes were assessed at.
Now I go from 37,000 to 82,000.
Right, the council does not do the assessment.
I understand that.
It was an outside firm that was hired to do the assessment along with the tax assessor. That whole process is completely removed from any political jurisdiction. There is a process of appeal. You can call up the assessing firm to make appointments with them, and then they are required in the contract that we let with them to do the revaluation, which was ordered by the County Board of Taxation, to meet with everyone who has a problem.
Madam President, I understand that.
Right.
I also do not understand why industrial and commercial has not been assessed at full value.
I don't know that that is the
Well,
case.
then the council should look into that, because as a taxpayer, I'm entitled to know. Being a member of the majority party, I think it doesn't make any difference. Being a member of the majority, and being a resident for 16 years, I don't feel that a Bamberg of an auto, which is 2 guys, a J.C. Penney, should pay proportionally far less than the resident. Now you talk about senior citizens. You're starving them to death with the new assessment. You're totally starving them to death with the new assessment. And I think if the council sits aside, then the council is as guilty as the assessors.
If in fact we find that there is not a full 100% evaluation on the business.
You know it isn't. You know the landfill is not as fully assessed.
I don't know that.
You don't know, then you should look into the figures. Maybe I would ask the minority leader of the council. Is the landfill fully assessed?
Not from the figures I had.
Okay, what figures do you have, sir?
78,000.
And what's the land value?
I received a memo from Mr. Runyon. It'd be something like, I figured it out to 10, 12, something like $15 million.
$15 million, 78,000. Now, isn't that a joke, Madam
And
President?
that's only for about 270 acres.
All right, could I ask
Just
you-
a moment,
Wait,
Madam
wait,
President,
wait,
please.
just a second.
I would like an answer to that.
All right, I would too. Have you seen the new assessment for the landfill?
I didn't see the new assessment. I'm talking about last year's assessment.
All right,
Okay,
so
Well,
this-
Mrs. Weber,
just a
let me
moment,
say
Mrs.
this. I
Madam
think
President.
that you should hear.
All right, I will control this meeting. There will be one person speaking at a time. All right,
Okay.
this gentleman has the floor. When you ask a question, I assume that you want an answer.
Okay, I got the
then-
answer.
And what Mr. Hudak told you was he does not know what the new assessment is.
But Madam
On the
President, this was
landfill.
done last year, and why we were assessed last year.
No, the
Yes,
new
we were.
assessments just went out today.
But we
Yeah,
were assessed last
year.
year.
On
The
all
person
of
that
it.
came to the home was last year. Therefore, I go under the assumption that they were assessed last year.
And you received your notice when?
I received a notice last week.
All right, and I assume that the landfill will receive its notice.
Fine,
Wait.
but they still assess the same. I'd like to see proof. How do I get the proof? If I can't get it from the council, where do I go to?
The books are open, you can see who
And if the
invoiced.
books are open, what recourse do I have?
You can appeal.
And if the appeal is voted down, voted down. What if, I'm not the landfill that's worth $12 million. I'm a poor wage earner. What recourse do I have if I don't go to the council? And the council sits back and says, okay, let big business take over. What recourse do I have?
I don't think the council's saying that. What
Well, the
we're-
council is telling me that I go for an appeal.
If you're not satisfied.
And where do I go from there? To
Sir,
the courts?
would you let me answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
If the council is in fact, has determined that we think the assessments of the businesses are not what we think they should be, we have our own appeal, is that not correct?
Yes.
And we can appeal. Now, we don't know what those assessments are. They all went out at the same time, which was on Friday, and most people got them on Saturday. Mr. Hudak says that he has not seen the new assessment for the landfill. We have not seen the new assessments for any of the businesses. We will review them. We would assume that they would be at 100% of evaluation. If they're not, then we would certainly appeal that. Now, if you have a problem with your individual assessment, then it's up to you to do that appeal.
I deal with these figures all day. As you, many of you know, I'm in the insurance business. I sell homeowners insurance. When I heard what they were evaluating some of these houses, I almost laughed because I knew the selling prices. I may have handled a deal last week. I knew what a house sold over there. And anyone that was been in town any number of years is perfectly capable, I think, of almost saying what every house is worth in this town. Because we all know the type of houses in the various neighborhoods. I think we've done a very poor job. I think the council should be put on record right now to check this out, bring out very closely. Otherwise, you could have a tremendous legal fee on appeals. Something should be done. Pass the word around to whoever is doing that. Hey, you better get your house in order on these things, because what this gentleman was, I know he's on Violet Court. I know the house on that little small house. There's not a house on Violet Court. None of them are worth $81,000. Probably the best you can get on Violet Court is maybe $65. Right?
22 years ago, my house cost me $21,500. I was assessed at $37,500. I got a bill for $102,000. Somebody gives me $102,000, I'll agree with Frank. I'll go like a thief in the night. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's stupid. No way. No way in God's green world is my house worth $102,000. I mean, I feel sorry for you guys. I'm on a fixed
I'll sell my house
income
to town council right now. Let them give me 85,000.
too. If them, I'll agree with everybody, if they assessors, you hired them, they should be right here, in this room, in this building, on call, if you will, to answer the questions. We shouldn't have to spend a nickel or go anyplace to contest it.